Be great.
That's exactly what it's
Gonna be
gonna be.
fine. It's gonna be fine.
An
Yeah.
experience. Yep. No worries. And we'll be recording the call as usual. So if Andrea does want to watch it back if she can't make it, we'll just you can send it her way. We'll have that recording up on YouTube so anyone can access it after we send that follow-up email. Awesome. Well, this is our midpoint check-in call for PurpleStride Jacksonville. We didn't have our kickoff back in October, if I remember. So this is kind of our kickoff and our check-in. The agenda up on the screen is a little bit of a roadmap, but it's a collaborative call and it's nice and small. So we want you to chime in, Quincy, if you have questions or suggestions. I know the site's new to you, so any questions you have, Jason will be able to answer it. We'll do a lot of screen sharing, so any changes we want to make, now's the time to do it. As far as introductions, I think Jason, have you and Quincy have met yet? Is that right? On some other call? Maybe not.
Not
Mm,
sure.
Maybe not.
I don't think
Well,
so.
we'll
I've been on what, three other calls?
gotcha. At this point, they all blur together for me, so
Yeah,
I'm not a
I'm
good
with
witness
you.
of that. Great. Okay, we'll do
But it's
some
nice to meet you,
intros.
Jason, if I haven't.
Nice to meet you too, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm
Uh,
new to Pan Can. I came on back in May. So
Okay. I have been with Event 360 in some sort of capacity for the past, decade now. In 25 was a decade. Yeah. So working with a bunch of different projects and a bunch of different capacities, but I've been with PanCan now for the last 2 years and love everything about it and the enthusiasm everybody brings to it. So I'm in, man. I'm in.
yeah, glad to have you aboard.
Thank you.
Quincy, as you know, I'm not as true to this as Jason. I'm a little more new to this, but this is going to be my first full season with PanCan start to finish. So I've got like half of one under my belt, but if you have any questions, I might have them too. So feel free to ask. We'll have any information you need.
Yeah.
Um, great. So we can go through this. Quincy, you've had a couple calls already, so things like the shared resource site might not be super new to you or pertinent. But I did want to, call out just specifically the event route. I know, did you guys have a course lead last year? You might not know, Quincy. I can look that up later.
I have no
Do you,
information on Jacksonville.
yep, got it. Do you know if that might be in the horizon? If not, you can just kind of note this for now, and think about it in the future.
I definitely have to know that.
Okay.
I have
Nice.
to. I'm going to my job this week. Next week is to dig through Jacksonville and pull out all the
Oh,
things that I can to see what needs to be done.
gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, again,
Yeah.
that's what the call is for. That's what we're here for.
And I
We
just
just
got Jacksonville like not too long ago as a market. It
okay.
wasn't originally given to me in my book of work when I first joined. So that's
Mhm.
probably why everything has just been kind of lagging.
We love new things. Not lacking at all. I mean, the past few months has been it's kind of slow rolling at first, and now's when we start to pick
Mhm.
up anyways, so you're all good.
Okay.
I just bring up the course lead because
Okay.
we have such small staff numbers at Purple Stride events, like Event 360 staff. So we don't really have a staff person that's specifically dedicated to taking care of like the route operations. So we lean on the affiliate or PanCan to identify a volunteer course lead.
Yeah.
If this is, in the future, but if you do find someone who's interested or have this on your mind, these are just two resources. It's a video and then I think a Word document.
Okay.
Just if you want to share it with people, it's super helpful and gives them like the lowdown of everything. So you don't need to explain it to them. So just something to note. Otherwise, you should be pretty familiar with the deliverable, so we can kind of breeze right through this as well. We're just going to go over the route map, the site map, and the vendor tracker really quickly. Um, and any feedback for this next round of documents, that's just going to be due at the end of the month, which we're actually coming up on soon. Then we'll get the second round of maps out to you. After that, we've got about a month and a half until we have that final deadline on the 16th of March. Then we drop the third round of documents, and then which involves the route map will be a PDF on that third round instead of the Google My Maps link. Then we go over it on our pre-event call and mark everything is good for the event book. Sound good? I kind of breezed past it. You've probably gotten the gist of it after a few calls. One other thing to note is just the infrastructure changes, which I know you're familiar with it too as well. Something to note is that for Jacksonville, I don't know if you have this for some of your other markets. For Jacksonville, we are in this core package, which is the middle section. So a lot of markets are in the expanded package, but Jacksonville's a bit smaller. So there's some differences here. Namely, you're going to have a smaller stage, which you don't have to worry about the logistics of that. We handle that. You're familiar with the start-finish situation. In the core package, instead of having a truss if it's a premier sponsor, we're looking at solely like, the balloon arch or the columns or the inflatables or flags. If they have a premier sponsor, you're just going to get a big sign to put on it.
Yep.
Other than that, we combined some tents, just the volunteer check-in with registration and donation, pretty simple. With this, like step and repeat, photo, honor wall, all of that section that sometimes are kept as separate tents, we're going to either combine it, so you'll have like why do you stride on one end of the tent, photo on the other, wherever you want to go, or we're going to take those banners and just put them on existing tents. A lot of markets have chosen just the tent frame to keep it all together. That's up to you. We can look at the site in a second to see if there's like any special way you might want to do it, but that's just to keep in mind. Only other thing to mention really is AV. So in the core package, as you might know, we will not be securing the audiovisual vendor. Basically, you're going to ask your DJ if they can bring their speakers to supplement for the whole event. We have like a kind of a cheat sheet for you that gives you everything you would need to tell the DJ to bring so that you don't have to keep track of it. A lot of DJs are, surprised when they learn that they don't have to bring stuff on our other events. So this shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's just some speakers and kind of a minor setup.
Okay.
And we'll include the cheat sheet and everything in a follow-up email if you don't already have it. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
And then I'll take a look at and see who we had last year. I'm pretty sure they're familiar with stuff.
Okay. And but our weather contingencies, nothing changed here. We look at it about 10 days out this year just to see if you need anything. If you do, that's when we're going to talk about it and we'll let you know. Easy. Well, I can pass the screen share over to Jason just to go over the site and the route a little bit and get you familiar with it. While Jason's pulling that up, I wanted to confirm the timeline. So let's see. I know our timeline from last year, the event village opened at 8, the opening ceremony was at 9, walk start 9:30, and event concluded at 11:30. We haven't gotten any word from like Natasha or Andrea that was a problem. If you're fine with keeping that the same, that's good for us.
Yeah, everything's still the same. I haven't heard anything either. So
okay, awesome.
All right.
Right.
My ball.
Take it away. Yep.
All right. Treaty Oak Park in beautiful Jacksonville. This is going to be the same setup as last year, and I know that you are new, so this is new to you. I've already gone ahead and made all the changes that are reflected in the core versus expanded package. So You'll see that photo area, why do you stride, are shared. Volunteer participant support and donation are also shared. And once we get on the ground, the team will make sure that each one is signed appropriately and the banners are where they need to be. The one question we're going to have as we move forward is going to be whether or not you guys have a sponsorship banner. Because if that is not the case, we'll remove that frame and then we can always put additional signage wherever. You do have holding places for a number of sponsors. We're heavy right now, as I'm sure you don't know who the final sponsors are going to be, or if you have any all-star teams or MVP teams. We'll fill them in as you go. We can always drop off tents easily. It's much harder to add tents. So, yeah, pretty straightforward. Again, everything is right here in the park itself. It's a street walk out to the water. I'll show you that map here next. Do you have any questions about the layout of the site now that you've seen it?
No, it looks good right now. Yep.
Perfect.
Awesome. And
Perfect.
I have a quick question, actually.
Yes.
I see the sponsor tents, the All Stars, and I see some MVP tents. That's also just placeholder from last year.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
What
And they
Yes.
have
If they have them, great.
Okay.
We'll fill them. If not, we can always take them off and reassign or realign them as necessary.
Gotcha.
So we give them the advantage, And obviously, if we have any worries, being Southern Florida, well, Northern Florida, if you guys have any heat issues and we need to turn a couple of these into shade tents, we can have those conversations as we get much closer. Obviously, week out, we see something on the weather, that may be something we just keep an open tent or two on the order just so you guys have some extra shade.
Gotcha.
So luckily with this park, very, very nice. You have shade. You have lots of shade, which is awesome. Can't say the same for some of our other spots in Florida. While they're beautiful sights, I wish there were more trees. All right, let's go over
That's a
here.
nice site. And Quincy, I don't know if you were going to ask about the All-Star versus MVP. Did I get that wrong?
No.
Do you know it? No, you got it. Okay. I was gonna say, I know for a lot of other markets, like All Stars usually all we have, and like the MVP teams is kind of a separate thing.
Mhm.
Just different level of sponsorship. I don't really know what the
Yeah.
cutoff is. You actually probably know that more than we do.
Yeah.
But they both just get the 10, so it's kind of
Yeah.
the same to us.
Yeah, it's all dollars raised. Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, this is the overview real quick. I'm gonna zoom us down and follow along a little bit because while it is only about just under 2 miles in length, it kind of cuts around the overall section of South Bank here. All right, so coming out of the park, straight shot down. Again, we're going to be on sidewalks through majority of this. We will have a crossing. Oh, hi, hey, doing? We do have a crossing that's going to take us across River Place Boulevard, and the parking lot here, and gets us over to the Riverwalk. Once we're on the Riverwalk, I mean, it's the Riverwalk, baby.
Right.
So, I mean, absolutely gorgeous all the way around. We get up past the Friendship Fountain and do a turnaround, and we bring them right on back. It's very straightforward out and back situation. Once we get them through this section over here with the crossing, unless they decide to go for a swim, we're not going to lose them. So
Right.
it's a great route. I love it. No feedback of the negative from last year, so we're going to keep it rolling.
Sounds good.
And they don't have a short route at this site,
No.
do they? Okay.
No, it literally the short route is you get tired, walk back.
Gotcha. Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
that works.
Some folks may, if they're pushing the strollers or pushing a wheelchair or, helping somebody else, they may get out here to the water, get some photos, and then decide, you know what, that was good enough for me and bring it on back. Perfectly fine. And we'll have volunteers staged throughout to make sure that, everybody has the right directions, that, yes, I can turn around and go back. Wide enough sidewalks, wide enough pathway. We shouldn't have any issues. We are, for this market specifically, really, really sending out on the website, and you'll probably want to also share with volunteers as well. Parking in this section of the downtown is
Yes.
historically a challenge. While we will work with one of the parking garages for some spaces, I believe 70 in total, we are encouraging everybody to utilize mass transit. The River Place station is right there, walking distance to the park. They have some really good park and ride situations further out on the lines to get people in. So you will hear that come up again. Parking down here is always a challenge.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about the parking because I know last year that was tough. You mentioned like
So the park,
70-ish. Hmm?
no, seriously. So the park doesn't have like standard parking, anything? I got you.
No. Nope, there's the metro parking over here. I believe we use the 701 San Marco, which gets us underneath the highway for a short walk. Let me take a peek on my other screen that you're not viewing, just to make sure I'm not misquoting the wrong market. I mean, I'm not, but I want to give you the right answers. Unless you want to come down to like Orlando, and parking's good there. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have. Well, in the past we'll have to check with Renee and the team as we move forward. 1301 River Place is going to be a parking available, and it's by the hour. So 2 for the first hour, 1 for additional hours. Nothing too crazy there. And then I believe we have some set aside for survivors, staff, and that's it.
But we do have Survivor like VIP parking.
No VIP.
Okay, just Survivor,
No.
like 20, like 15 spots or something.
No.
Like 2.
As of for this year, I'm not going to commit to anything at the moment,
Yeah.
only because that hasn't been decided.
Yeah.
And with the changes, I don't know if that's going to be the same situation.
Okay.
It looks like we had to contract like 70 spots last year. So
Okay.
I will look into that. I have a note here for it, and see if anything's changed, if we're still doing the same thing, or if it's do your best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know from last year we got feedback about the parking, and also I think feedback about the parking that we did have was like confusing, and we kind of like troubleshooted some ways to fix that. Basically just like way more volunteers and signage to fix it. So if we do like kind of know that ahead of time and work on it really early from the beginning, and order that signage, and you know
Right.
have those volunteers ready, it should be a lot easier
Okay.
to navigate.
Yeah, and this market has always been historically a challenge for parking and transportation, just because we are in the heart downtown, right by the water. So it is a very favorable spot, but we'll do the best we can to try to make it as easy on you all as possible.
Yeah, so I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Team will as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever
we'll
parking
definitely
we can
work on it.
find, I'll let you know. It's a good thing to know. Great. Do you have any other questions about the route site? Anything, Quincy?
No, I'm good.
Cool. Do you want to go over the vendor tracker for Jacksonville? I know you've seen it a couple times on calls. We
I've seen
can,
it.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Again, it's pretty early in the planning process, so not everything is on there yet. It's not entirely accurate. But if you're, aware of the format, that's really all we're looking for. It'll be a bit more updated in February, so we can kind of go over it better. February, March.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, other than that, super easy. The site looks great and we're keeping the same route. So it should be a nice rinse and repeat. If you do have any questions, I know, it's a new site for you and you're kind of doing this sans volunteers right now. Just let us know. You can
Okay.
always email us. If there's anything that you want to go over a little more in depth, we can always set up a call.
Okay.
Just like a one-off. We do that all the time.
Yeah,
But
Perfect.
Whatever
yeah.
we can do to support you, my friend.
Well, I'm trying to meet with all of the old volunteers to kind of get their feedback and buy-in on what, worked in the past but didn't work, and just kind of start there. And then if any questions come up, as far as like route or even all of that, of course, I make sure I send those your way and we can kind of reconvene and see what the best options before those deadlines.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And if it's, I mean, if there are minor changes, let them be honest, let them be blunt, throw that back our way. I have pulled rabbits out of hats I didn't even know I had in the past. And if it helps you retain or bring back a volunteer, I literally will stay up all night to make your life a little bit easier. So I cannot, give them a route across the highway or,
Right,
shut down
right.
the entirety of Jacksonville, but I will try like hell.
I appreciate that. I think they enjoyed the river walk. Definitely,
Yeah.
I know that's something that was a highlight, but just wanted to, make sure I get, the volunteers who definitely have, put in the work and the energy, just get their feedback. So
Awesome.
I definitely will have some answers for you.
Good.
Sounds good. And for now, do you just a communications follow-up? Do you still want me to be keeping Andrea on these emails, like the follow-up email, or
Yeah, you can keep her.
yeah,
Just me
okay.
and her for right now.
Okay, sounds good.
If anything changes, I'll let you know.
Yeah, awesome. Well, sounds good. I'll be sending you a follow-up email with all the stuff we talked about. I'll get you the AV kind of cheat sheet as well if you need that, just for the DJ in the
Yeah,
future. Yeah, if there's anything else you need, you know where to find us. If we don't have a one-off meeting, then the next time we talk is going to be in March for the pre-event call, which is super exciting. It
we'll
feels far
start
away, but
working
it's like
on. I
right
know
around
it's
the
gonna
corner.
come fast. It's coming too fast. Yeah.
Yes, it
But I'll
is.
start working on things on my end and locking in DJs and making sure they got everything. And of course, I'm working on sponsorship and all that. And I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop on all of that stuff.
Awesome.
So, yep.
Jason's awesome. So you're in good hands. You got nothing to worry about.
And Jason, you'll be on site, right?
I don't think.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
No, I have 10 PanCan events that I oversee. And one of them has particular challenge this year. So with a lot of construction and some other things, and it's a rather large event. So
Gotcha.
I'm probably going to be heading there, yet to be determined, but you never know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I understand. I got 4 markets, and I'm like, everybody's like, "Are you coming here? Are you go?" I'm like, I want to be at one
listen,
place.
I would love
if they were on different days, I will travel to.
I will come to all of them. I will party with all of you. But sadly, it's one out of 10 for me, 1 out of 4 for you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, sir.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. It was great to talk to you.
Yeah,
we'll talk to you soon, Quincy.
Take care, guys.
Thanks.